Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Healthcare Marketing Executive, recorded live here at DeviceTalks Boston. I have the privilege of hosting Aaron Burnett. He is the CEO of Wheelhouse DMG. Aaron, welcome to the podcast.
Thanks very much for having me. Looking forward to the conversation.
Likewise. So to kick things off, tell us a little bit more about you and a little bit more about Wheelhouse DMG.
Sure. So, as you said, I'm CEO of Wheelhouse. The agency is 16 years old. We provide digital performance marketing for privacy-first industries. We have a strong concentration, a long history of serving medtech and healthcare. Although we work with some other clients who aren't in that space as well. Probably most notably, we worked with NASA for the last 7 years.
I love that. I had a chance to meet Paul, your president. Yeah, over at DeviceTalks Minnesota, and he was telling me the NASA story. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is fascinating work. It's work that we're able to do at a scale with NASA that you just don't get anywhere else.
And it gives you guys credibility, right? If you're working with an organization of that level, why couldn't you work with anybody else?
That's true. And they keep extending our agreements and extending the relationship and expanding us into other aspects of their operation. So you're right. It's a good point of validation.
It's a testament of your work. So Burnett, like any affiliation to Leo Burnett?
No, at least not genealogically.
Okay,
affinities, PR was a part of my degree area.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. And it's more important than ever,
Yeah.
PR nowadays.
Yeah. I mean, really, distinction between PR, particularly digital PR, and digital marketing, and particularly SEO, is really diffuse now. You really need one for the other, and those disciplines are so commingled that, again, I don't think you can do just one without the other.
I 100% agree. And like you said, with the rise of LLM and chatbots, like you got to be doing more of it.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what you're seeing in medtech right now. What's one of the biggest shifts?
Yeah. So again, we focus on performance marketing, helping organizations that have a device, have a product set that they're really ready to scale. And the biggest shift that we're seeing is really kind of a maturation in terms of an understanding of both regulatory constraints and their impact on digital marketing for medtech, but also the way that you can work and be very effective within those regulatory constraints by thinking about data strategy, using data a little bit differently, and creating instrumentation and measurement that allows an organization to take control of their own destiny and continue to be effective even as third-party platforms, regulatory restrictions, the environment overall might shift around.
Totally. So talk to us about like biggest opportunities in marketing that MedTech is leaving on the table. They're not taking advantage of them.
All right. So I don't know that I can answer that globally, but I can answer that through our purview. I can tell you that for the clients we work with who have been thoughtful, planned, and really laid the groundwork for a true first-party data strategy and a measurement strategy that is HIPAA compliant, whether you are or not a covered entity, and then have been able to operationalize use of that data, we're seeing that they can drive exponentially better performance than those who continue to use just the standard analytical tools, conversion signals, tracking that is available to them through advertising platforms, through analytics providers, through other third-party sources. So it's really, again, a maturation in terms of understanding of data and its utility, and it's bringing to fruition the focus on first-party data that has been in the zeitgeist for the last 3 years, but has been mostly talk and less operationalization until recently.
And so with that, are you talking about more so what's in the notes field of your CRM, what your team has in Excel files on customers, what customer success is doing? Like, talk to us about what
all of those things.
All of that.
Think of it, the way to really net this out, though, is conceptually think of the moments of true value creation in a patient journey or in a user journey. If you're using only third-party tools, you can measure what is visible and available to those third-party tools and what's acceptable or legal from a regulatory perspective. If you have a more sophisticated and more deeply integrated approach, you can measure and optimize to the moment of new customer starts, or to lifetime value of a user, or to the moment that a patient actually shows up for an appointment. You have to, it's in the right privacy compliant way.
Sure.
But that's what we're able to do with our clients, and that's what we're seeing others able to do as well.
That's awesome. Appreciate the specifics there. You know, as our audience starts to think about how they use their first-party data, it's good to get some of those examples in. What's working well for Wheelhouse DMG right now heading into the second half of the year?
As we have very long-term client relationships. Our average client relationship is about 6.5 years.
Nice.
And so we both can work through technical implementation of the kinds of systems I described. But even more importantly, we have the time to work through organizational change management, which is arguably the longer term and more challenging aspect of some of this. And what we're seeing work really well is that it takes time to earn trust and prove performance. And with that earned trust and performance, we get access to more and more valuable data deeper and deeper into the ecosystem of our clients so that we're able to identify the most valuable data in a CRA. And we can instrument for that and measure for business, or rather optimize for business outbound. And that really has, for us, created a flywheel that is repeatable. Every time we go around and we get access to better data, that drives better insights, that drives better performance. It starts clients thinking, oh, what other data do we have that we actually didn't know we could optimize for, but we could work with Wheelhouse to achieve.
That's great.
And we've seen that work with clients who are in the billions of dollars and clients who are in the low millions of dollars.
So it's scalable.
It's absolutely scalable.
That's fantastic.
It's much more an approach, the approach that's necessary, much more than a particular scale.
That's fantastic. And really, that sits in strategy, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
You know, because so we have this conversation with our clients and with the market all the time. And it's like, tactics are the noise you hear before the war is lost. Mm-hmm. And if you take a step back and you think about your marketing strategy and think about your data strategy.
That's right.
As part of it, that's where it sits.
Yeah.
Folks really need to take a step back and get off the treadmill to really start to think about how this takes effect.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We believe, and actually it's been true, you can't be tactically effective in the long term unless you are strategically sound.
Yeah.
And so for us, with any new client, we start at data strategy.
Love it.
We may not be able to start at operationalization of data strategy, but in a new conversation, one of the first things we'll say is, okay, here are the things we are going to want from you and we're going to need from you over time for us to deliver the sort of outsized results that you want. And so there may be conversations we have to have with other stakeholders. You may need to do some politicking internally, but understand that's the nature of this relationship. This isn't a relationship where you give us access to your ad platforms and say, la puissance.
Right, right. No, I love that. Folks, and what I love about what Aaron's saying here is sort of like that. We talk about the 3Ds, discover, define, deliver. In that discover phase, that's where you do the strategy, the thinking about it. And if you think you're going to get straight to throwing your data into Claude and doing something with it, you're very likely going to run into not very effective things. But starting at the discover phase with your data, like Aaron mentioned, is a huge opportunity. What have you seen on the other side of this coin, Aaron? Roadblocks. Like what's sort of the roadblock is hitting your radar consistently, whether it's something that clients are running into or something that you're running into with your own business?
Yeah, biggest roadblock for us in talking with prospective clients and sometimes even talking with existing clients where maybe a new stakeholder has got in is that there is a certain type of marketer or stakeholder who's been doing it for a long time and believes that what they're seeing today is a pattern match of what they saw 3 years ago. And they've already diagnosed their problem.
Got it.
And they come to us and say, I know what the problem is, and here's what I want you to do to fix it. And it can be very challenging to disabuse them of the notion that what they're seeing now, what they saw before, and get them to open up to the possibility that the thing they think they want is not the thing that they should get. It's not the most valuable thing for them right now. And so quite often, the most important conversation that we have with a prospect is telling them, we don't want to deliver what you've asked us to deliver because we think that's bad money spent. You should do this instead, which maybe costs less, or maybe you shouldn't work with us. Maybe we're the 5th most important thing on your list of priorities and you just don't know it. And we'll also try to tell you that and tell you, you should talk with us in a year when you've solved these other drinks.
Spot on, because it's about the right fit too.
Yeah.
You got to have right fit on both sides. So I love that you shared that, Aaron. What's one thing that you're betting on or excited about for the rest of this year and next year?
So I mentioned the flywheel. we have been working in the context of a flywheel for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And we only realized it about 6 months ago.
Wow.
And having identified that as the thing that was driving exceptional results has been an unlock for us. So to give you an example, last year was a challenging year for most agencies and most folks in Medtech. Every single one of our clients had a record year, drove record results. And we were looking back on those results and trying to figure out, okay, what's the pattern launch, and identified that flywheel. And that has allowed us to be much clearer in our communication.
That's awesome.
With clients and tell them how we can deliver even more for them, and also much clearer to the market. So I'm quite excited about that. It brings together important technology investments we've made, deep expertise that we've developed, and the successes that we've had.
Very excited to hear more about this flywheel. Before we conclude, tell us about the panel that you're on tomorrow. And
So it's actually a talk that I'm delivering. Okay. And in that talk, what I will share is a repeatable and consistent way to deliver exceptional results. So I have described it as the opposite of 3 simple things you can do to make $10 million. This is 4 pretty hard things.
Okay.
But if you do the 4 pretty hard things, you will be able to dominate your market and deliver exceptional results on not just a one-time basis, but a consistent basis.
What I like about 4 hard things over 3 simple things is that not everyone's going to do them.
Right. That's exactly right.
Like for me, there's an opportunity there,
Sure.
Right? You have a chance to get ahead.
Yeah.
Well, this has been awesome, Aaron. I really have enjoyed this discussion. Any closing thoughts for our viewers and listeners? And then where can people reach out to you to learn more?
Yeah. Closing thoughts. I think it's just a super exciting time to be in digital marketing overall and in digital marketing for MedTech specifically. There are so many different threads, dynamics, aspects of technology development, regulatory maturity, corporate maturity, and data strategy maturity that are coming to fruition for us at the same time and really should be doing the same for others. But I think it's a great moment for performance unlock. Despite what might be in the zeitgeist in the news or that sort of thing. I think it's a great time to be doing what we're doing. People can find me at wheelhousedmg.com. They can find me via email at aaron@wheelhousedmg.com. And they can find me on LinkedIn /Aaron Burnett.
Brilliant. That's Aaron. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you doing this. And for everybody tuning in, like Aaron said, stop watching the news. Like start watching interviews like these, listening, attending the conferences where you can learn how to make a difference for your business and the people that you serve. Thank you all for tuning in. Check out the show notes for all the ways to get in touch with Aaron, and you don't want to miss that. We'll catch you guys next time. Aaron, thanks for being with us.
Thanks very much for the conversation.